Welcome back, friends. The next important topic in core Java programming series is command line arguments. Today we will look into this particular concept very thoroughly. But before getting into the concept, we should have very clear cut knowledge about three things: how to create a Java program, how to compile a Java program, followed by how to execute a Java program. So these three things we need to be very clear, and we all are doing these three things since couple of sessions. To create a Java program, we can take the help of any IDE, maybe NetBeans, maybe Eclipse, maybe IntelliJ, whatever the IDE you are using. I am simply using a notepad kind of thing or an editor. It could be a notepad, it could be a notepad plus plus, or it could be a Sublime. I'm using Sublime, right? So what you need to do, you need to write a Java program by following all the rules and regulations of Java. Then after writing that Java program, you need to save that Java program, and you know the source code of any Java program is definitely have an extension name .java. How to compile that one? Once the Java program is written, you need to compile that program using Java-C followed by the name of the program .java. After this one, you need to execute that one, or you need to take the help of JVM to execute the bytecode. That the syntax of that one is Java followed by the name of the class where main method is there in this particular program, right? So this is how we are able to uh, create a Java program, compile that Java program, followed by execute the Java program. Now we are now looking into this execution, right? Command line argument is targeting to this particular one, means execution only at the command line, right? So you might ask me a question, sir, you are talking about command line argument. First of all, can you please explain what exactly a command line is? Then we can go for argument. For argument, we know the values passed at some point of time, right? So what are command line argument? The first answer to this question is, remember, these are the arguments passed at the command prompt only, while executing the Java program, while executing the Java program. Remember this point: argument passed at the command prompt only while executing the Java program. Let us understand what exactly this command prompt is, and we know how to execute the Java program, right? Let us go for a simple example. We know whenever we are creating a Java program, see, since I'm using a Sublime editor, I'm writing SUBL. If you are using a notepad or any editor, you can also do that. I can also go for notepad followed by dd.java. Now, immediately a notepad opened where I can able to write my program. Class test followed by, we have to follow all the rules and regulations. Here we need to write public, static, void, main. I think this is very common to all of you. You know all these rules and regulations, right? Let me go with this. I am writing a simple statement: system dot out dot print followed by, let's say I'm writing hello. Now this is a simplest of simple Java program I have created. Let me close this program, close this code. Next I need to compile that one using Java-C followed by the program file name. Immediately, if there will be an error, it will give me error, otherwise it will compile fine. Once this one is compiled fine, I need to find out what was the name of my class. Here you can see, if I go back, you can see the name of my class was test. So immediately I can run like Java followed by test. Now this is how things are going on. Now what I'm doing here is I'm running all these commands at the command prompt. This is what called as a command prompt. This command prompt belongs to operating system itself, right? Anything, if we pass any expression or any argument here, then all these arguments will be called as command line argument. If you can look at the way I've executed the Java program, what I've written, I've only written Java, means the JVM I'm starting, followed by the name of the bytecode class, name of the test class, right? Now here I started executing my Java application. Now here you can see no arguments has been passed, only Java followed by the class name. Fine. Now this one is executed. But if I have to pass certain arguments from at this point of time, suppose I want to pass three values into my main program, A, B and C. Now this A, B and C are called as command line argument. I hope you could able to understand what are command line arguments. The arguments passed at the command prompt while executing the Java application is called as command line argument. I repeat, this is the command prompt while executing the Java program. If I pass some arguments at command prompt, this particular arguments are now called as command line arguments, or the arguments passed at the command line. I hope you could able to understand this particular thing. Now, why we are using command line arguments? This is one of the method through which, this is a method, not exactly a method, this is a process through which we can input or we can pass values to the main method, remember this point. But here there is a twist. If you want to go for the complete notes, what you can do, this is not only the process through which we can pass the values to the main method, but to only to the main method which contains, remember this point, this point is very vital, which contains the signature definition. The signature definition means it should contain public static void main followed by string args. If your main method is having this kind of signature, now all the command line arguments will be passed to this particular method. Only main method with this signature can able to access all the command line parameter. Make it a note. Otherwise, no other method in Java which can able to handle or which can able to access command line arguments. Only main method with a specific signature can access this one, right? Now, let us understand. As you can see, while writing a main method, we are writing string array of args. Since we are calling this one a string array, you know array means we can able to store number of values from arrays 0 to onwards, right? Similarly, whenever we are passing values, remember this point, whenever I am passing values, so let's say 1 2 3 4, what is going to happen? This one is a argument, command line argument number 1, this one command line argument number 2, 3, 4. Not necessarily we can only pass 1 2 3 4. Instead of that, what we can do, we can also pass, let's say first I want to pass Srikanth, second I want to pass Basu, something like that. Now here what happened, two arguments are there. Remember, each of the argument are separated by a space only. If they are separated by a space, we are calling those one as an argument. Now this is argument number 1, this is argument number 2. Now the question is how this particular argument will be accepted by main method, right? As you can if you can recall, while writing a main method, what we are writing public static void main followed by string array of args. You know, args is a user defined word. You can have any word like that. Since args is an array of strings, we can have args of 0, you can have args of 1, like that. The first argument, the first value will go to args of 0. The second one will go to args of 1, like this. So I can happily pass number of arguments from the command prompt, right? This is what called as a command line argument. I hope all of you could able to understand this particular point. How to execute a Java program with command line argument? The simplest of simple format is write down Java followed by the test class name, then separate each argument with a comma separator. Now each of the argument will be recorded or will be received by the string variable that is defined inside that is defined in main method, right? The first one will go to args of 0, second one will go to 1, and like this we can go on and on and on, right? Let us demonstrate that one. See, let us write a program where we can access all the command line arguments, right? Let me create a program. Since I'm using a Sublime, I can use ACBL. Previously, I was using Notepad, but Sublime is best suited to me. That's why I'm using Sublime. Let me go for a program called as test.java. We are going to create a file called as test.java. You know, you all know about this format, right? Now, so what we are trying to do, we are trying to print the command line arguments that is passed at the command prompt. We want to print that particular one here. See, what I'm writing is system.out.print or maybe println args of 0. Remember, args of 0 will be the first argument that will be passed at the command prompt. Suppose I am printing two arguments, argument 0 followed by argument 1, right? Let's see what happens. Now let us compile this program. You know how to compile. Javac is the compiler. Test.java. Test.java. Immediately a file will be created called as test.class. If you want to check, you can check. Test.star. You can find this is the program file, and this class file is automatically generated by your Java compiler. If there will be no problem at all, and this particular one contains bytecode. This particular one contains bytecode. I think all this part we have clearly discussed before. While discussing about Java feature, we have clearly discussed about this particular part, right? Now let us go for that. How to execute that program? I am writing Java test. If I am pressing enter without giving any parameter, let's see what happens. Immediately my Java JVM will say Java lang array index out of bounds exception, index 0 is out of bound. Now why this happens? Remember, here I have never passed any argument. So args of 0 is absent, args of 1 is absent, args of 2 is absent. No args arguments are there, no command line arguments are there. But unfortunately in the program, I have tried to print the variable args of 0. But originally args of 0 is not there because I have not passed any argument here. That's why the message is array index out of bounds exception. Right? Now, that means one thing is pretty clear. If we are not passing any value, this particular array is not going to be created. So args of 0 will be never there, right? Now, similarly, if I will pass, let's say I'm passing 12 and 23, happily I can find 12 and 23. The first one is the resultant output of args of 0. And what args of 0 contains? args of 0 contains 12. Similarly, 1 contains 23. This is the 0th argument, this is the first argument, right? Okay. Now, one thing is pretty clear. The arguments that I am going to pass here will be happily received by this args, and we can print as per our requirement, right? Next question. How to know how many arguments has been passed? For that, you have to use one more variable called as we can use. That variable is args dot length. See what it will do. Dot length is a kind of variable which will give me the total number of arguments that is passed at the command prompt. I am writing Java test. Suppose I am passing 12, 13, 14, right? So I am passing number of arguments, not only one, not only two, number of arguments. Now see, I have printed 12 and 13 args of 0 and args of 1, but this 8, can you please count how many arguments are there? This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. So 8 arguments are there. So now you can take a note of that. If you want to know how many command line of argument, how many arguments are passed at the command line, this is the method. The method is name of the variable, name of the array followed by dot length. dot length is not a method. If it could be a method, I should write within, I should represent this one with parenthesis, but I have not used any parenthesis. At some classes, I'll let you know the difference between this length and the length method. Don't worry. Now, you can understand about these 2 points. ARGS of 0 will be the first argument, ARGS of 1 will be the second argument, and it will go on and on and on. And if at some point of time I want to find out the total number of arguments passed to my Java application, I can use a length method, right? Now, I have to go for some brief descriptions into that. So by default, you can write by default all the arguments will be received as string. And who is responsible for this? Remember, JVM is responsible to read all the arguments as a string. JVM only at runtime, right? Even if you pass, will definitely look into that. Even if we pass 12 and 13, but trust me, 12 and 13 are received as string, not as numbers. You can ask me, sir, why is the proof? We can also prove that. So let us see whether these two are treated as a string variable or string constants, or they are numbers. ARGS of 0 plus ARGS of 1, right? If the things will be two numbers, definitely they will going to add. And if the variables, or if the arguments will be treated as string, definitely they will be concatenated. If you can remember, this plus sign will be act as a concatenate operator if I am operating with a string. This one will be act as a binary addition if I am working with a number, right? Now from this point we can happily clear about both those points, right? Let us compile this program. Let us execute this program. First of all, let us compile that one. There is a problem in that expected. Okay, I think yeah, one mistake I made here. There should not be any square bracket right here. The code compiles fine. Let me run that program. 12, then 13. If it will be received as numbers, then 12 plus 13 would be 25. But if these are accepted as string, the result will be 12 and 13 combined, right? So definitely what we are going to get, we are going to get 12 and 13. Let us go for a press. Let us press enter. Let us press enter here. Could not find load main class 12. I think. Oh, I have written only Java. No, how to execute the Java program? The program should be executed like Java followed by the class name. I have forgotten to write the class name, right? Now, the first one prints ARGS of 0. I think this part we have already discussed. The first one prints ARGS of 0. Second one prints ARGS of 1. Now this one prints ARGS of 0 plus ARGS of 1. You can clearly see it has been concatenated. It has not been added. So from this it is clear that whatever the value of passed from command line, all the values will be accepted as string, and this particular thing is basically the responsibility of JVM does all that, right? Compiler don't have anything to make, right? Suppose here I am writing one more main method, public even static, no problem, public static void main also. I am writing something like that. Compiler says I don't have any problem. Even your compiler says I don't have any problem. If I go for compilation, compiler says I don't have any option. What it says, identify public static void main. I think what it says, public should not be in capital letters, should be in small letters, right? JVM says I'm absolutely fine with that. The only problem is ARGS of 0 you cannot access from this main method. Which main method? Can you look at the line number? The error is in the line number 8. Now let us check where that 8 is. Let us check where that 8 is. See, line number 8 is here, that is present inside this main method. That means second point is pretty clear. the command line arguments cannot be accessed anywhere. It can only be accessed from a main method with this signature only, not with any signature. Only this signature can access all the command line arguments. Any other main method with different signature cannot have the capacity to access command line arguments. See, if I compile the program now, Java compiler says no problem, I am okay with that, right? And the same story continues. The story is something like that, right? So this is, I have only written to let you know, main method with a specific signature can access command line argument. That's it. Now you can ask me, sir, what if at some point of time, even if we are inputted, we have passed values at command line as 12, 13, I want to add them like numbers, not like strings. So in that case, you need to typecast. There is a method called as integer.parseInt. We can also use this method so that we can convert the string into integer. This is the story of a wrapper class, integer.parseInt. Now, if we convert this one into numeric value, we can happily see, we can able to, yeah, we can able to add these two numbers, and these two numbers will be happily added. Let me compile. I hope there should not be any error. I think there should not be any error. One integer, the spelling is mistake. Integer, here integer is absolutely fine. Let me go for this. Now code compiles fine. Let me go for Java test 12 and 13. Now happily I can now get 25. Now what has been modified? This integer one, that the string value is now converted into integer. Similarly, string value will be converted into integer. Now I can happily get this is 12, this is 13, and the answer is 25, right? So this is what the story of command line arguments are. We can happily pass value from the command line so that we can use them inside our main method, right? One last thing I want to share with you, what exactly that one is. Suppose I want to, I'm just, let me clear all these things. Let me tell you the difference. Now let me compile this program first. The code compiles absolutely fine. Now if I'm writing Java test 12 and 13, you can see happily I'm getting 12 and 13, right? Let me go with only one parameter. I'm not going with two parameters. Compile the program. Now 12 and 13, if I passed, I have only displayed 12 because I have not written that args of 0. Now I want 12 and 13. I don't want 12 and 13 to be two parameters. I want 12 and 13 to be a single parameter. In that case, make sure you have enclosed that particular thing within double quotes. Now this 12 and 13 will not be treated as two parameters. This is not treated as one parameter. This will be args of 0. Got my point? Don't believe me? Let us execute this program. Once I execute this program, can you see args of 0 is presenting what? 12 and 13. So this is now one argument. So the conclusion is, if you want to separate two arguments, if you want to separate between command line arguments, make sure they are separated using a comma. But in case you want these two as a single argument, make sure you have enclosed within double quote, right? So these are the few things you should know about command line argument. Let me sum up with command line argument. Command line arguments are passed at the command prompt only while executing the Java program. And we can, here we have clearly seen how to do that. Java followed by test. Then we have passed 1, 2, 3 like that. Now this 1, 2, 3 are called as command line arguments since these are passed at the command prompt only, and this can only received by a main method with a specific signature, that is public static void main followed by string args, right? Any signature apart from this could not able to receive this particular one, and we have already seen that. all the command line arguments passed at the command prompt will be treated as string type only. Will be treated as string type only, and this particular thing will be confirmed by your JVM, not by your compiler. See, command line argument, while receiving the value from the command line, all these parts are basically the responsibility of JVM. JVM will read all the values while executing the Java program at the command line. First point. Second point, JVM makes sure all the arguments will be read into a string type, not into any other type. These two are the responsibility of JVM. Once it is there inside the main method, we can happily convert that into any other data type. If my requirement is there, I have to go through like that, right? And all the arguments should be separated with a comma. That is for sure. Without, if you are not enclosed within you have not written that command line argument without a space, then they will be treated as single parameter, right? Okay, now you can see all these arguments. I hope I have misspelled the concept. The concept is exactly like this. If you want to pass a command line argument at the command prompt, remember all the arguments should be separated with a space in between. So space is the separator of command line argument, right? And if you want to include that space into the argument, make sure that particular argument will be enclosed within double quote. So the default separator of command line arguments are not commas, rather spaces, right? I hope these concepts are pretty clear to all of you. Please go back and practice command line argument. This could be a very good question for your interview room. This could be a very good question in the semester examination, right? So in the next video, we'll be concentrating on all the different aspects of core Java programming language. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much.